guys, start again. So welcome back to the channel. This is the Stitching Colourist with Shelley Lewis. So today you are facing me. I'm showing my face on camera. I've got no makeup on, my hair's just put up in a bun. For today's video, because I thought the reason why you're actually seeing me is because I'm going to do a bit of a Flosstube update. We're on Flosstube 39 now, so on the next one I do, it will be my Flosstube 40, and you'll be able to see my son in the background. He's not been feeling too well this morning, but
sick.
Yeah, he's been sick, but as you can tell, he looks a bit better now. So yeah, I thought for this Flosstube we're going to do a bit of a stitching update, what I've been working on. I'm not going to do every current whip that I'm working on, because unfortunately it would take me a while to do this video, and my phone doesn't like to go anything over like 28 minutes. So we won't be including absolutely everything, but I will include the ones that I'm trying to focus to work on. So anyway, we'll start with number one. So the first one I'm going to show you now, you'd have seen this definitely in the last Flosstube and the Flosstube before that, and probably the one before that. So if you remember, I've been working on, one of the things I've been working on is my Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers, which is that one. I started that in 2000 and was it 18 or 19? Some of you, if you do watch the video, maybe the Woolly Hatted Stitcher will know. Yeah, she might know how long I've been stitching it, because I forgot myself. Because I started it initially at a stitching retreat, because I was going to use a green fabric. However, I switched the fabric because I wasn't quite used to that one. I think it was like an even weave, and I couldn't get used to it. First I did my stitches too big, and then I did them small, but my eyes are just, yeah. So I'm gonna hold. I haven't stitched a lot on this, guys, at all. I have not stitched a lot on this at all, because I've just been working on my other projects. I did do a little bit on the last retreat we went to, which was, we were supposed to go to Milton Keynes, but we actually ended up going to Chinchley Hall in Milton Keynes. Yeah, it was supposed to be Harbour House, but it was Chinchley Hall we ended up going to. Such a lovely place. You'd have seen the pictures that I posted. So I think I did work on it a little bit while we was there, but I didn't work on it a whole lot. So that is where I'm currently up to. I think I'm up to page 3. Might be on page 3 of that at the moment. So yeah, as you can see, I have not got that far with it. I think last time I'd finished all this bit, but I don't think I'd stitched this bit here. So I'd worked on that while I was at the retreat. But yeah, I have not worked a lot on that at all. I want to get working on that this year. It's going to be one of my 2022 goals to work on that one and get some of that stitched. Yeah, I'm going to end up just folding it off and shoving it back in the bag now. I probably shouldn't do this. So yeah, worked on it a bit, haven't worked on it a massive amount, but however I will work on it again. I will definitely be taking it to the April retreat that I'm going to in Crewe, because that's initially where I started it, so that will definitely be going with me when I do go to the April one. I was going to go to the September Crewe retreat, unfortunately though, because it's a bit of an awkward time of year, September, because the kids going back to school, and with the 6 weeks holidays just being before, I've sadly had to cancel that one because I just won't have the money for it because of I wanted to do something with the kids this year in August. So anyway, the next one, well, another thing that I'm working on is this one, and this is by Gecko Rouge, and it is called Wealth. It is a swirlies design. Now I started this, it was probably about April last year. I'm sure I might have bought it just after Easter because I've just fell in love with the kit. I just thought it was so cute. It's adorable. I haven't worked a lot on it. I took it to the retreat when I went in October. However, unfortunately, that morning that I was going to the retreat, I had to walk the little ones to school and it was tipping down the rain. I had my cross-stitch projects in my bag, but unfortunately the water got into my bag and it completely went all over the fabrics. Luckily the fabric on this one was alright, but it did go on the chart and it did damage the chart a little bit. I can still work on it though, it is still workable. However, on that one I've got up to there at the moment. As you can see, I've only got the bottom right corner left to do, and then that will be a finish. I should really get that finished. As you can see, it's really, the threads are coming really loose here. It's starting to really fray. So I think, to be honest, before I do start stitching on that again, I need to get it ironed and cut off the spare pieces. So yeah, I haven't worked on that for ages, which is sad really, because it is a cute design. But you know what it's like when you've got tons of stuff you want to do, you're just not got enough time to do them in. So if I can, Brandon, can you put that on the back of the bed for me, love? Thanks, babe. Right, now one of the other things that I'm working on is I've got 2 heights on the go at the minute. The one has kind of got abandoned because I'm not happy with the fabric, the stitches. So I've just got to try and figure out what to do with it. I don't want to start again. However, the other one that I'm working on is this one. Now, this is called Queen of Hearts, and it is by Mitchell Saeta, and artwork is by Rachel Anderson. It is, the size is 500 width by 635 height. So it's like 20 inches by 25 and 3/8, and it is on 25 count even weave magic guide. Such a gorgeous chart that is, absolutely gorgeous. I'm sorry about the glare, guys. So I have not got far on that one at all at the minute. Yeah, because it's a big one to work on, this is, and this fabric is one of the ones that got wet in the baggage. However, a lovely fellow stitcher at the stitching retreats helped me to dry it off. The fabric is a little bit mucky though. However, I've only got up to there on it at the moment. I'm still working on the first page. It's quite straightforward really, the pages are. So the first 3 pages, there's only about 3-4 colour changes, so that's not actually too bad. I really do want to get some more of that done this year, so that is definitely on the cards for trying to get some more work done on that. I really do need to get more work done on that. Thank you, my love. I've got my stitching assistant. Now the bits that I have been working on, because I've had other things that I've been doing, like my adult colouring. However, that's slacked a little bit this month because I started picking up my diamond painting again, and I'm doing pretty good with that at the minute. So the other thing that I'm working on mostly with my stitching is the stamped kits. So I'm working on this one. Now this one was gifted to me by One Day Saving. I'm sure it was One Day Saving for a review. I just fell in love with the kit because it just looked just like me and my husband when we was a bit younger, when we first met, and he'd say goodbye to me at the train station, and no, I just thought I fell in love with it, put it
Just
that
like
way.
me.
Now I've done a fair bit on that. I've done quite a lot. I have got it in the Q snap, so I don't want to take it out to the Q snap because then I'm going to have a problem getting it back in. However, this is how far I've got on this. I've worked all the hair out, all round here. I've completed that. Did all the background there. Now I'm working on the background in this bit now. And there's a lot of block colour. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. So I'm working on that. When I've done that, I'm going to go back to working on the other part of the hair there. I'm going to start working on that before I do the faces. As you can tell, I've got a lot to work on for that. I've still got a lot to do. That's stitched on 11 count Ada, and obviously it's a stamped kit. I am enjoying it so much. I loved these stamp kits. I don't know why. I think I'd watched a video. I found a new, well, say new, I've been following her for a couple of months now. I will leave a link to her channel in the descriptions below. She's called the Boogie Stitcher, and she does do a lot of counted cross stitch and hides as well, but she also does a lot of stamped, pre-stamped kits, and I'm sure it was her channel that I was watching. And I thought, do you know what, I haven't done a pre-stamped kit for ages, and it really does look fun because I've been struggling to concentrate a lot lately. I don't know whether it's due to problem, you know, what's going on in my head. If you're not familiar with that, I don't want to go into it, but I'm having a trouble thinking and putting my mind really into something like the counted, which is probably the reason why I haven't worked on my hides, and my other one is because of being struggling with the counted because of my head. So anyway, yeah, I saw on her channel she had she was doing the stamped cross stitches, so I thought, you know, I wouldn't mind doing it. So I had a look. I went on this site, I ordered a couple of kits that came, and then obviously one day Saving got in touch with me to see if I'd like to review their kits, and they had stamped kits, and I was like, definitely, because I'm really enjoying the stamped kits. So yeah, the rest is history. I've got now about 15, probably about 15 stamped cross stitches that I brought last year. Yeah, and I've got them stacked on my bookshelf. I've got some stuffed in my bag down by the side. They're everywhere, believe me. Anyway, now the next one another one that I'm currently working on. I saw somebody working on this on Instagram. Unfortunately, I can't tell you who the person is because I can't remember. It's been a while ago. But she was working on a Mickey Mouse cross stitch, a stamped one with Minnie Mouse. And I saw how her stitching looked, and I thought, you know what, I absolutely love that because I love Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And I thought, I definitely need that in my life, like right this second, right now, without delay. So I asked her where she got it from, and she let me know where she got it from. And I think she provided the link as well. And yeah, I got it. So I've been working on that, and guess what, guys? I'm parking my threads! Yay! Yeah, I never ever park threads on a normal counted cross stitch because I just, oh gosh, I think I'd lose my marbles. However, I'm parking them on here. It's not too many parked at the minute, but I'm practicing parking. So this, I haven't got far on it at the minute. I was working on it downstairs not long ago before I thought I'd make a Flosstube video, so I probably will go back to this in a minute when I've finished filming. So that is how far I'm working on it. Now normally I would do one colour, then hold on a second, sweetheart, then I'd do another colour and then do it that way, like all round it. I'm not sure what it's called, how you'd say that. It's not cross country, is it? Is it cross country? No. Where you'd do all of it like one colour and then you go on to the next and do whatever's in the pattern of the next colour. I'm doing it in columns instead because I thought at least then I'm not getting bored of just stitching the same colour. So I did these 2 columns. I'm now going to work on that column. Down here is where I've got the parked threads. So obviously when I get down to this bit, I'll start picking up them parked threads and then stitching that. I might decide to do a bit of cross country eventually, but yeah, I just wanted to try the column and see how far. So I've done that a little bit. That's not bad. That's not bad. Stitching at the minute because I've, like I said, I've not been on it for 24/7. I'm enjoying it now. That's the most important thing, is that you enjoy the process of what you're stitching. So let's have a look what else we got in my bag of goodies. Now I have got my travelling case, so what I take on the stitching retreats, but however I keep my stamped cross stitches I'm working on in this one. This is I myself am strange and unusual. Yeah, I bought it from HMV in Lancaster and I thought, yeah, that's definitely me. But I love it. So yeah, so oh yeah, so the next one I've got is this one. I brought this at a crew retreat and I think it was 2019. Yeah, because we didn't go to any in 2020 because we was on full lockdown then, wasn't we? So it might have been 2019, and it is by Whispers by the Wind in the gloaming. It's using DMC colours, and you had a choice either to stitch it on 28 counts or... Well, you could stitch it on 28 count, however, I haven't done that. Yeah, because that was before I was using Magic Guide, so I was a bit unsure. However, ooh, and apparently I've lost my needle to it, or either there or I've borrowed it. That is how far I've got on it at the minute. Not too bad. I did a bit at the October retreat in Chinchley Hall. I mainly worked on that bit, and I also did that at the retreat as well. You can tell how long it's been since I've worked on this because I've still got the Christmassy frame round it and the needle minder. I'll keep it in here, save changing it over. I'm enjoying it, but as I said before, it's like I said with the whole using the head thing, you get a bit... I'm struggling with my words now. I'm finding stamped cross stitches at the moment easier for my mind and more relaxing for my mind at the minute. That's a better way to put it. So yeah, I will go back to it. I do want to go back to it. So saying that, I just said about that, didn't I? About that I keep my stamped stitches in here, and this one's in here. But this one was smaller. So have I got anything else in here? So that is as far as it goes really for the kits that I'm actually working on at the minute. I have got other kits, works in progress, however they are stuffed in bags They are, yeah, they're just stuffed in old bags, and some kits have got abandoned, some I will pick up, some I probably won't. Now I need to try and figure out what I want to do with the other one. Oh gosh, the cat one. It's at the back. Shall I pause a minute while I get it out?
No, I can get it.
I'll pause you a minute and I can tell you what I mean.
I can get it.
That was difficult trying to find that then. I tried to find it at the back of the bed, couldn't find it there. And then I went to try and have a look in another bed. Then my knicker drawer ended up falling out, and then my pants just went flying everywhere. And I was like, oh gosh, it was a good job I put you on pause. So yeah, the other one that I was working on is this one, the Heaven and Earth, which is Bewitched, and the artwork is by Lisa Parker. Sorry about the glare. Hold it that way you can see. I love that design, I really do. However, when I ordered the fabric, I ordered a 25 count Magic Guide even weave. Can you hear that? How thick that really is. Yeah, it's not a soft fabric at all. It is really, really tough. It is rough. I was actually looking at it now. It doesn't look that bad. Stitched 1/1. Now at first, I want to take the chart off because I don't want to get in trouble for showing that. Oh. Yeah, at first I went to stitch 1/1. Weren't happy with it because I could still see the fabric in between. So then I switched to 2/1. Weren't happy with it because then it seemed too thick and my stitches were getting crushed. So then I thought, right, I'm switching back to 1/1. Then I still weren't happy with it. But looking at it now, do you know something? I think it actually does look alright, 1/1. That is how far I got on that one. That's how far. Just that. Nothing else. That is all that I did on that one. Now, yeah, it's only the top corner. The reason why I stopped working on this one for a while is because the fabric is awful. It's not like a really nice soft fabric. It's really tough. And it can be difficult to work on, especially when you're trying to crunch it up. However, I am going to have to go back on these, you know, and start working on them again. Because it would be nice to get some of the other stitched pieces done. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do it. Sorry, I was just thinking